What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey Chris, it's Brent from Greentech in New South Wales.
Yeah, nice to bump into you again. And
Absolutely.
I've got a few questions for you today. So,
Sure.
How long you been in the game for?
Baker's dozen, 13 years. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
What's your favourite thing about the industry?
The people. Of course it's the people.
Yeah.
People like yourself, Chris.
There you go.
It's about the relationships, catching up with people.
Yeah.
You're all kind of united in doing what we do. It's a relatively small industry.
Yeah.
So, everyone gets to know each other and you develop those working relationships together in different ways.
Oh, so many legends in this old game. Yeah.
Exactly.
Work hard, play hard, eh?
Yeah, that's the goal.
What's kind of the best sales tip you've ever received or could pass on?
Best sales tip. That's a. Wish you'd warned me about this question because there's a few. Hey, there's some great ones.
Word on the street is you're pretty damn good at sales.
Look, a good salesperson is always listening to their customer, right? And I guess a really simple way of thinking about that is you should never be doing the same pitch twice, because you're not pitching to the same person twice, right? So a good salesperson should always be reading the room and changing their pitch based on the person in front of them at all times. But that's because I think in our industry, there's often, coming from a trade background, a lot of people are like, good, better, best. Here's your three prices. Yeah. Here's your 3 price points.
Yeah.
What would you like, Mr. and Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
And that is a very passive way of selling, because you're putting all the onus on the customer to figure it all out. A good salesperson should be influencing that decision, and you do that by listening and pitching what you need to, right?
Absolutely. And the way I like to land in sales as well is just on one solution after having that conversation.
Yeah, top down, right?
Yeah.
Mercedes aren't gonna, when you say, hey, I'm looking for a compact sedan, they're gonna go, oh, come up the back and check out the gull wing doors on this, buddy. They're not gonna start at the compact saloon.
Yeah. Awesome. And so let's go. Your favorite thing about your least favorite thing. You've said your favorite.
Least favorite thing about the game. I think it's pretty obvious that there can be, in all industries, and it's not just the solar industry, that there can be a fixation on price, and that can lead us to businesses who maybe make the whole thing about just financials for their customers, and that becomes a race to the bottom. If you're making solar purely about your payback time, oh, you can get it in 3 years, no, we can do it in 2, then it takes away from a whole heap of other interesting things that we can do in our industry about energy security, about smart homes, about decarbonisation, and all these other things that are actually fascinating. So I think my least favourite thing would be just making it all about price or payback, because to me that doesn't
boring
help
as well.
It doesn't help. Like if think of the last time you bought something where you just made it about payback. We don't evaluate our kitchens on payback for how much takeaway we're not paying for, right? And we don't evaluate our cars based on how much quick the payback is because we're avoiding public transport. Otherwise, we'd all be driving Nissan Micras.
Yeah.
So I just don't see the point in that kind of conversation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, so you've shared the sales tip. What about the best piece of advice you've ever been given in the solar game, or just whether you've got your own advice you want to share with the viewers?
Just be curious. Every job, the people who I love working with, the customers who I love working with, the young people coming into our industry, that next generation who are coming through, if you're curious and you're asking questions, you'll go far. And it's not just about the solar game, as broadly in general, right? Curiosity, in my opinion, is the most valuable trait you can have in anything that you're doing.
Life in general.
Exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, cool. What's the hardest thing about selling solar in a saturated market?
The hardest thing about selling solar in a saturated market would be the pressure that it places on the sales team to reduce the sell to being purely about price. That eliminates your ability to add value and differentiate your business from others. So I think that's a challenge. And if you're looking at it from the installer perspective, if everything gets then pulled down with low margins, that translates directly into less time to do a good job. And most of the installers who I'm talking to, they all want to do a good job. They just don't always have the choice. If they're only given, you know, a worksheet where there's so much to do and not enough time to do it, there can be frustrations for those guys as well, where that's a direct result of, you know, margins being eroded.
Brent, you know, you need to send those guys to me, right? You know, we do solar sales training.
Damn straight.
For solar business owners,
Yep.
help them like sell jobs for enough healthy
Yep.
margins that they can look after the customer
Yep.
really well,
Exactly. And
serve them for life. Yeah,
And it's important and worthy work.
yeah,
Chris,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Raise the standard. We're
Damn
raising
straight.
the standard over here.
And we lift everybody.
All right, Brent, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank
Always.
you.
Cheers, Chris. See you guys.